Hey everybody, welcome back. Another episode of Banish the Doubt. Tonight I want to continue with this theme of our subconscious and letting go. These two areas are tantamount to you having a more fruitful, more healthy, more vibrant, more wealthy, more relaxed, and an overall just an easy flow to life. Not saying that things aren't going to come up. They are. Life happens. Okay. I think it's 7 or 9 billion people on this planet. Things are going to happen. But it's what we do with what happens, how we handle what happens, that changes everything. That how we view it. So let me just get right into this is from Neville Goddard and some of his teachings. Okay. So a person's thinking, okay, follows the tracks laid down in their own inner conversations. Let me say that again. A person's thinking, okay, follows the tracks laid down in their own inner conversations. To turn the tracks to which a person is tied, you or I are tied, in the direction we would want to go. We must put off the former conversation. In the Bible, this is known as or depicted as the old man. Okay? And be renewed by the spirit of the mind, what you are thinking about. Okay, I'm going to get into a few things about that in a couple of minutes and some techniques that we can do, okay, that we can adopt and put forth into our life that will help us stay on these tracks. Okay? Now, I want you to understand that your speech, my speech, is what Neville says, is the image of man, of you, the person. Okay? Therefore, to change one's mind, we must change speech. Now, by speech, what he's referring to is our inner conversations. Okay? It's very important. Excuse me, to pay attention to how we are talking, but more importantly, not how we talk to others, but how we talk to ourselves, because how we talk to others is nothing more than a manifestation of how we talk to ourselves. How we control or how we deal with others is nothing more than how we feel about ourselves. Okay? So, continuing, he says here, observe the meaning you are giving to the information that shows up through your five senses. Okay, that's what we can smell, we can see, we can hear, we can taste, we can touch. The five senses. Okay, through our self-talk. Let me say that again. This is very, very important. We want to observe the meaning that we are giving to the information that shows up. Very important. So this is oftentimes why we used to find ourselves hanging on to conversations that maybe took place at work and bringing them home and gossiping about them with others, our families, right, or friends. It's the meaning. Now, I want to share a personal story about this. So earlier on today, as many of you know, I work in a call center in sales, and it's a temporary job, but it's a very important job. Now, to me, there are no accidents in this world. So this job, the timing of this is perfect for what I'm doing here with this, talking to you, these videos I'm making. And here's a reason why. So earlier today, I was making a call, and I believe I was calling somebody, and it was asking for the name Maggie. It was Maggie. So this person answers the phone, and I go, "Hi, is Maggie there?" And who? I said, "Hi, is Maggie there?" What? What'd you say? And I said, "I'm looking for Maggie." So the voice on the other side says, do I sound, now not sound like me, but just, do I sound like a Maggie? Now, like, oh, okay, so I guess I have the wrong number. And that was it. But I want to, this is the reason I'm bringing this up. Because in that moment, the old man in me, the old person in me, wanted to go and tell other people, I am Irish, so we do have this bit of wit that just sort of downloaded into us to say, oh, this person, I was just on the phone with this person, and because I was thinking in my mind after I hung up the phone, do you really want me to answer that question? Do I sound like a Maggie? Do you really want me answering that question? Ha ha, funny, funny. But here's the reason I'm bringing it up. Now it's through the five senses, right? Because in that moment, thinking that, gonna tell somebody else what I was doing in that moment, I didn't do it because I've been training myself to withdraw from that, from detaching, from appearing as better than the other person, as putting that person down, as ha ha, I'm going to joke with that person. You see what I'm saying? So, this is how we can capture these little victories, understanding that the old me would carry that conversation, be it for a few minutes, or I would maybe keep talking about this, interaction with this person and that person being upset. Now, that person being upset was them telling me that that's a trigger, that whatever. But for illustrative purposes in this video, this is what I'm talking about. So we, majority of the time, will gossip about somebody else to make ourselves feel bigger, better, to fill in the void within our life by putting somebody else down with a perception of putting them down and elevate us up. So this is why in these inner conversations that we have, that we carry these conversations with us, what we're doing is in that interaction at work or wherever, or we're had a challenge or a disagreement or whatever it may be, what we're doing is we don't realize we're carrying that energy with us. It's like I thought I saw a bag around here somewhere. I was gonna. Well, anyway, just make believe I had a bag. I have a sack over my shoulder, okay? And I'm carrying this energy with me, and it depletes the energy within us. We're carrying this conversation. We're driving in our car, and the energy from a disagreement, an argument, whatever it may be, and we're telling the other person off while we're in the car. It does us no good. It doesn't advance us towards our goal. It keeps us from our goal. It continues to download this energy, this information into our subconscious mind that this is the person that we are choosing, unconsciously though, choosing to be, choosing to continue to be. Okay, so observe the meaning you give. Now, I'm tying this in through circumstances that shows up via the five senses through your self-talk. So circumstances take place, okay, and how we handle that. Now, oftentimes I see it playing out in the office where other colleagues of mine are on the phone and they're having these battles with people on the phone. It's a call center, it's almost like a telemarketing, and it's really a push and pull type of a scenario where we're trying to pull this person over to closing them. So this young man today was confiding in me about somebody else had called, this older lady, and another colleague in our office, an associate, had said something that I don't know, a part of something that we sell as an accessory was a part of the policy that we sell, that it was part of it. It came with it. So the young man I was talking to said he got the phone call and told the lady, yeah, no, it's an extra, this extra add-on, and she got upset and started yelling and screaming about how much it was going to cost. And I said to him, it's not so much that she was upset at the cost; it was upset that she was lied to. That you're illustrating that somebody, a salesman, was lying to her. But the young man I was talking to said to her, okay, well, don't worry, I'm a manager here, so I can fix this. Which I said to the young man, why would you why would you lie? She's already this, and he couldn't see that. So through his five senses, his self-talk is I have to his unconscious self-talk is I have to elevate myself in front of her to sell her on something. And I said to him, I said, you don't have to inflate your ego, inflate anything to try to impose you, to try to get somebody to buy. Just be you. So anyway, that was something, and he thanked me for the conversation, for sort of the little bit of advice. I said, this is why people unfortunately have bad images or mindset of salespeople, because unfortunately a lot of them do this. It's a lack of self-worth, a lack of self-esteem, a lack of self-deservability. Okay. So just to kind of underscore, so I want to read something from Neville's book, The Power of Awareness. He says here, each day, set yourself the task of deliberately withdrawing your attention from the objective world and of focusing it subjectively. In other words, concentrate on those thoughts or moods which you deliberately determine. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the subjective control. Your imagination is able to do all that you ask in proportion to the degree of your attention. I'll see that again. Your imagination, whatever it is you want to do, be, or have, is able to do all that you ask in proportion to the degree of your attention. All progress, all fulfillment of desire depend upon the control and the concentration of your attention. Attention is attracted from without when you are consciously occupied. Listen to this. Attention is attracted from without when you are consciously occupied with the external impressions of the immediate present. I'm going to say that again. Attention is attracted from without, out here, when you are consciously occupied with the external impressions of the immediate present. Your attention is directed from within when you deliberately choose what you will be preoccupied with mentally. Okay? So it is obvious that in the objective world, your attention is not only attracted, but not it is obvious in the objective world, your attention is not only attracted by, but is constantly directed to external, I'm out here, external impressions. But your control in the subjective state, okay, is almost non-existent. For in this state, attention is usually the servant and not the master. So this is the whole premise, my friends, of my videos and of this particular video, that we want to discipline ourselves to be deliberate about our subjective control of what we think about and how we talk to ourselves. For if we would want to have something in the external environment change, to have it orient itself to, we're saying here, changing the direction of the tracks that we lay down, we must deliberately have this attention on our subjective control in all areas of our life. So how we do this is, now it's Thursday night. When you're going to sleep tonight, when you're drifting off into that theta state, if you haven't watched any of my previous videos this last week or so, you want to write down and make a conscious decision and a conscious effort on writing out your ideal version of yourself. Record yourself. If you want to hear more about that, you go back to my video from about, I think, yesterday or 2 days ago. You can, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and you can go back and watch that video that I talked about this recording, okay, your ideal, highest version of yourself. And listen to that as your body, as your mind, as you start to drift into sleep, you get into theta state. Because what ends up happening is our conscious mind sort of retreats, okay, and only our subconscious mind is opened, and then our thoughts go there. This is how we sort of cleanse, if you will, the subconscious mind. And we start to download, almost like this computer, download these beliefs there, that we are focusing on it. But we want to do this enough times. So I gave an illustration of like the paint on the wall back there. If we like maybe believe that's a very deep, let's say, purple underneath that wall, the first couple of coats, okay, the first couple of times we do this, we're not going to see much in our external world. But we're going to start to feel differently the more we do this. We're going to start to feel that, yes, I am this. We listen to these types of videos and videos from like a Joe Rodriguez or a Neville, anything about Neville Goddard or Wayne Dyer or Louise Hay. Okay, we get around these people. The more these kind of people you get around and you sort of have them around you, if you will, throughout as much as your day as you can, when you first wake up in the morning before you go to sleep, you want to have these influences around you, almost like a team, if you will. Because this is how we then we observe the meaning we are giving through circumstances that show up via the five senses. Circumstances start to change. People start to change, okay? Circumstances at work, relationships, whatever they may be. Oh, so something else you want to think about doing is taking a card. I heard this from Earl Nightingale, okay? And you want to take a card, on the one side of the card, you want to write your goal. Just make a goal, whatever it is you want to do or be or have. You want to write that goal, okay? And you want to look at that goal oftentimes throughout the day, and you want to visualize it. You want to just read it in conjunction with the recording. If you can, just take a few minutes each day and go and just listen to that recording. Close your eyes as many times as you can throughout your day. First thing in the morning, though, and the last thing before you go to sleep. Those two sort of bookends. How we want to start our day and how we want to end our day. Those are sort of like the planks, if you will. That's going to sort of undergird this foundation that we're building. We want to start to build a really deep, good foundation, like almost like a root, okay, a root system of a tree. We want to start to develop that. This is how we do it. And as we're going throughout our day, we're going to start to let go of the old man, let go of the old thoughts, okay, let go of the old thinking, let go of how we used to react. So like my illustration here today about being at work, we start to notice, and we do, we're very light about it, okay? We change, we do this one day at a time. We take this one step at a time, one day at a time. If you adopt these principles and these techniques, you are going to start to see a subtle at first, but then a very big change in how you feel about yourself, how you think. And as we do this, the energy is going out to the world almost like you're a piece of metal, and the world, all the events and all the people out there who are going to help you to get to where you want to go are going to be like giant chunks of metal. You're going to start to attract this. You're going to start to see these people and these events. They're already there. Okay, they're already here. You can't see them. I can't see them because we haven't gotten to the point where we can believe it yet. We're not feeling it yet. But once you're able to do this, okay, once you're able to you start to feel this, these people, these events, these opportunities are going to start to just sort of appear in your life. They're already there. Okay, I would like for you to believe that yes, I already am this person. And these events, these opportunities, these people are already in my world, in my reality. I'm starting to see them. They're starting to come to light. One more thing before I end this video. You're going to start to notice your dreams. You're going to start to notice them more. You're going to start to understand them more. You're going to start to see, like, okay, this is my subconscious mind talking to me while I'm sleeping. So we do these things, we're going to start to really change our life and the people in our life and the events in our life and the circumstances in our life. Okay. If you would like any type of assistance with this, maybe you would like to work with me on this, I am offering one-on-one coaching. I'd be humbled and honored to work with you. Go to my channel, click on the link, and you can sign up for coaching. Thank you so much for watching, as always, guys. Until I see you the next time, God bless. And remember, you deserve this. You deserve the suffering no more. You deserve it. You're worthy enough. One day at a time, one thought at a time. We got this.